Good morning, Magic fans, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Jay Sankey here again, in yet another hotel room. I've got leave in about 45 minutes to, so hence the vest and the nice shirt, off to a corporate gig tonight. But before I go, I want to take a moment to share this very cool card trick with you. I sort of didn't riff it, but it's an older card trick of mine. I sort of applied a few principles. I did it earlier today for a couple of people in a coffee shop, and it got such a great reaction, I thought I'd share it with you again. After all, it's all about seeing how good a liar you are. How's your poker face? Are you a good liar? We all lie to each other. We all lie to each other. And what's kind of interesting, you think, well, do you have to, like a lie detector test? We've all seen them on the movies and TV. It's this complicated electronic thing with this, the movement things and strapped on into the chair there. And there's that penguin there wrapped in duct tape and all the weirdness. What people don't realize is you don't need all that to actually test to see how good a liar someone is. A regular plastic straw. I know it's pink. It's kind of usually straws are green or white or whatever, but pink straw. It turns out that this very thin plastic is actually an excellent conveyor of very subtle impulses, whether they're electronic impulses or very subtle movement. Because one of the things they found is your heartbeat. The rate of your heartbeat can reveal, if you have the machinery, just how much of a liar you are. But we're going to use this straw headset as basically a very casual, quite economical lie detector. Okay? Hand or deck of cards. Have the cards shuffle. Always a great beginning to any card trick. If people can actually give the cards a bit of a mix-up like that, it's great. If, on the other hand, you're performing for people and some smart aleck flows into some a little bit of cardistry, at that point, clearly, they may not be your crowd. Okay, just saying. Shuffle deck. You say, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to test your ability to see how much of how good a liar you are. I'm going to do this by this. Shuffle deck. Rather than having you pick a card and doing something suspicious, let's do it super random, super fair. I'm going to ask you to take the straw and just push it somewhere in the middle of the shuffle deck and push out a small block of cards, okay? Anywhere you want, okay? You give them the straw. They push anywhere they want. Somewhere they push out a block of cards, okay? Like this, okay? Like that. You see, what I want you to do is I want you to take a little peek at the card just on the top there, a little peek. Make sure nobody can see it. And so they take the tiniest little peek of the card. They square it in. They then give the cards a few cuts. Super duper fair. Remember, they shuffled the deck at the very beginning. You say, okay, so you're thinking of a playing card. I think you'd agree. Shuffle deck, you took a peek, cut the cards. Only you could possibly know what the card is. No one else knows about it. No one else can indicate it to me. You're thinking of a playing card, right? Now, it would be nice if you hadn't just give the cards a bit of a mix-up. I know it's somewhere in the middle, somewhere among the middle 26 cards or something, so I could then spread through the cards and maybe at least have a sense of which one you're thinking of. But you mixed up the cards like we said, so you're thinking of a card. Hold out your wrist. You take the straw and you place it gently, the end of it, on their wrist, right there. And then you start asking them questions. I'm going to say a word in a second. I'm going to look in your eyes, try to conceal the reality of the situation from me. Red. Okay, well, clearly you could tell by the way your iris is and the way this felt here, the subtle little beat across the straw, that clearly it's a black card. It's not a red card. So I know it's a black card. It's either a spade or a club, a spade or a club. I'm going to ask you a direct question. You can lie or tell the truth. Is it a spade? And whatever they say, you go, okay, fair enough. So it's not a spade, it's a club. So you're narrowing it down by asking the fairest questions in the world. Now, high or low, you tell me. Tell me to my face right now. You can say it is a low card or it is a high card. And they say one or the other, and you then, of course, catch them on and say, okay, so it's a high card. You narrow it down. Now, at this point in the trick, what I'll sometimes do is reveal the magic of it. I'll say, I'm getting a sense it's a 9, 10, Jack, Jack, 10, 9, 10. It's 10 of clubs, and I announce it that way. Sometimes I'll take it right down to the wire, though. King, yes or no. Queen, yes or no. Jack, yes or no. But in the end, you reveal under impossible conditions the one card they're thinking of from a shuffle deck, even though they were the one that randomly, and they're the only ones that peeked at this card. This is my version of the classic lie detector test. Uses a very special technique. You're going to really like this. You can use it in lots of different ways. Before I reveal the secret right here, right now, on this video, in this hotel room, wearing a vest, very classic, for some corporate clients, I definitely try to look like a classic magician. It's interesting how the business mentality, businessmen will look at you and certainly look at your clothes in the sense is, was he worth that ridiculous fee? And you show up looking nice and it's like, okay, he was worth that ridiculous fee. This week, question of the week happening right now because I'm going to announce last week's Crash Course in Coin Magic winners. As always, if you want to check out the preview for Crash Course in Coin Magic, it's perfect if you're just getting into magic. Okay, you're just getting in, you want to learn a whole bunch of cool coin tricks, some basic sleights, as well as a whole bunch of really cool tricks you can do with the sleights. Check out Crash Course in Coin Magic at sankeymagic.com. I'm going to announce the winners from last week's contest because 12 of you won Crash Course. I'm also going to give you the question of the week right now for my Houdini's Ghost trick. Houdini's Ghost is a transposition effect that happens in people's hands involving two very old, legitimate photographs that look like they were cut from a magazine of Harry Houdini, the classic one where he's all in chains, and then his tombstone for all those kid shows. So it's a cool transposition effect. It's also at sankeymagic.com. Here's the question, giving you a chance to win Houdini's Ghost, is since this is all about being lied to, what have you lied about? I know you've lied about something. Don't try to fool me. You've lied about something. You've lied about your weight. You've lied about your age. You lied about how much money you make. You lied about a lot more serious things. I never met that woman before. You've lied in lots of different contexts. I know you have. You've lied to your teacher, to your parents, to your wife, to your husband, whatever. You've lied. So leave a comment down below. You don't have to give me the details, but just something you've lied about over the years. Leave a comment. You're automatically entered into the contest, okay? Let's teach this crazy trick. So first, the shuffle deck. I cannot emphasize to you how powerful it is to have the cards shuffled by people to start. So often I'll say, take the cards, give them a bit of a shuffle, and people will go, there'll be this look like really, I can shuffle the cards, truly. Like there's this look, they're kind of surprised because a lot of amateurs start off and there's this sense of guilt and control around the deck. You have someone, I often give the cards, I'll say, take a look at the cards. Make sure they look like ordinary cards. They don't look like a box of feathers or like those gummy worms, you know, those gummy worms shipped from Turkey over there covered in salt. They don't look like those. I'll say something crazy. And you can give them a bit of a shuffle. They shuffle the cards. One of the great things about having people shuffle cards is at least half the time something funny happens. Someone drops the card. Someone says something funny. Someone shuffles the cards in a way that no human has ever shuffled the cards. It opens up the magic. It opens up the performance. Get people involved. So they start by shuffling the cards. Then I talk about the Lie-Detector Test, and I'm going to plastics, and you can be super scientific or you can keep it theatrical and simple, whatever you want about being able to get a sense of you're lying with the straw, okay? Or you could even just talk about the face. I'm going to see if you can control your face and see how good. I find even just the line, do you have a good poker face? All of a sudden, they're invested. All of a sudden, people care about the card trick, which is cool. Having talked a little bit about the straw, and this is why it's great in a bar, using the objects that are in the space, bringing the magic to life, also making the magic seem more believable, all very strong. You demonstrate first what you're going to have them do. I'm going to have you shuffle the deck, and I'm going to have you poke about the middle and push out a block of cards, okay? Now, when people do it in real life, you're going to find sometimes they push out a block and they get, this is very clean today, but sometimes you get like this kind of action, like maybe something like that, okay? In that case, there's a few different things you can do. I either square up the card and say, do it again, I want it to be totally random, and I just keep saying totally random. Or don't think twice about it. So have them point to one of the two cards. This card right here, I'll push that forward, or you want that one there, okay, I'll push that one back. It's very important, though, that you have a clean, once they're finished, it's clean. Because as fair as it looks, as soon as you say, take a peek at the card, the trick is done. Trick is done. Because as soon as I say, or tap here, take a look, and it's nice, you do this as if you're not getting anywhere near it. Would you take a little peek at the card? I don't want any. Turn away a beat later. As soon as I do that, I'm going to turn this around. I want you to see you. I am able to peek at the card directly above this card. This is called a key card in card magic, okay? I'm a key card. The 5 of clubs is directly above that card there. Let me show you again. They poke, and remember, here they are poking from the front towards me, okay? I turn these around very fairly and hold them like this and say, and I tilt just enough. Take a peek at, and then I turn away. Because when I say take a peek at that, everyone's looking there. No one's looking at me, so it's easy for me there. I can now see So it is the bottom card of this top packet. I can see the bottom card. In this case, it is the 2 of clubs, okay? Now, 2 of clubs is there. Boom. I square them all. Ideally, I don't do that part, because when they square out like that, I'm immediately thinking, I hope I brought sponges. I really do. That's a magic reference there. So they take, and then I say, take a peek at the card. I'm looking away. They take a peek at the card. In this case, they're seeing the 10 of clubs, we'll say. They see the 10 of clubs. And I'm able to see, of course, the card over the ace of hearts. Ace of hearts is above it. They square it in. Now, I've taught a couple of tricks on YouTube before. And remember, 10 of clubs, ace of hearts is above it. I've taught this principle before, that no matter how many times they cut the cards, as long as it's only 2 packets, they can never separate the ace of hearts and the 10 of clubs. By that I mean, think of it as a perfect loop. People sometimes ask, they say, well, what happens if my key card ends up on top? How will I know where their card is? Well, in this loop, I know the card that would be above their card would be the selected card. If my key card's here, the card below, okay? So what happens if they cut the key card to the bottom? Some of you have asked. Well, then I know the card that's directly below that card is going to be the selected card. And given that this is a cycle, it's the top card. So the worst case scenario is that your key card gets cut to the bottom. And as soon as you see it, you'll be able to know that it's the top card there. But normally the 2 cards stay, no matter where they cut, as long as it's only 2 packets, the 2 cards stay together. So since I was able to peek at the ace of hearts, then I pick up the pack and I say, so you've cut the cards, you shuffled the cards, you're thinking of a card, nobody knows it, you didn't write it down, you're not even saying it in your mind, you're just thinking of a card. Now, it would be, of course, if you hadn't just given the cards a cut, at least I'd have a sense that your card is somewhere in the middle of the pack, but you mixed up the cards. And it's in that moment, while saying that line, if you hadn't mixed up the cards, at least I know it's somewhere in the middle. That's when I spread through the cards, and all I'm thinking, I've already seen the work. I spread till I see my ace of hearts, okay? Now, don't rush this. You don't have to say it. You're a young magician. You think you got to... This is not a guilty moment. This is a natural action. The deck was shuffled. Then it was cut. If you hadn't shuffled and cut the deck, maybe I could spread through the cards and I look up and I give a little eye contact when I don't... Maybe... And I actually spotted it earlier, but rather than going... If you hadn't mixed up the cards, I could go through the cards and find your card. I mean, that looks suspicious as hell. He went through, he looked, he saw something. So you want to take the tension off it, look up a little bit. I would at least have... And then the last little bit, you're spreading without even looking. I would at least then maybe have a chance to find your card. So it's just about pacing and not rushing it. You spot the key card, ace of hearts. You look at the card directly below it. In this case, I know which means to the right of the card. Here's this, because I'm spreading the cards. Directly is going to be the 10 of clubs, right, like this, and you mixed up the cards. You could even finish by then just giving the cards a casual, again, give them another little mix-up or whatever. You're thinking of a playing card somewhere in the pack. Well, let's see if this lie detector, and you already know the card. The rest, do not rush it. Let the drama build. Let the interest build. You're over here. And it's all about the questions. And this is what I would challenge you, is this is where you can be creative. This is where you can bring your own imagination. This is where it's worth sitting down and typing out a little bit of a script. What are your 3 or 4 questions? Do you want to do it cold? Black, red, club, spade. Let's say it's black. And then finally high, low. And then finally face card, non-face card. Do you want to ask them silly questions? You know, sometimes you can throw... police studies have shown that if you ask the possible criminal questions, you can throw them off balance. For example, what do you think of strawberry ice cream? You lean in. You could ask some absurd questions. Have you ever eaten octopus for lunch? For lunch, mister, for lunch. Okay, asking. Or keep it straight, whatever works for you, all right? Really powerful. Let's jump in here. Crash course winners, okay? You guys won the crash course. Here it is. David Rees, you won. Martin Lewis, you won. Albert Victor, winner. Andreas Stathas. Stathas? How many asses do you... Stathas. Juan Reyes. Media Mike. Boom. Brian Chess, 99. Nice. Brian Chess, 99. Awesome Metal Bands Official. That's cool. Guess it must be the actual name of a channel. Awesome Metal Bands Official. Dude, you won. Ice Sphere. Paul Graves. I hope we're not too late. Christopher, I should prep witty comments with these. I never do. My ego, I assume I can say something funny for some of these. Never works out. Christopher Slatsky, you won. And Magic Orthodoxy. Wow, okay. You won. Okay. So you guys all won the crash course in coin magic. Contact my team. Contact@SankyMagic.com. email them. They will give them your real name, your YouTube name, your shipping address, and they will ship it out to you. All right? And don't forget the Houdini question, right? I want 12 of you next week. It'll be announced you won Houdini's ghost, 12 of you. The question is, what have you lied about? And don't lie to me that you have not lied about something. Tell me something you've lied about. Or you could tell me there's the real, what you actually lied about, or something preposterous to make me laugh, to give me a reason to go on in this YouTube game, okay? Leave a comment down below. You're automatically entered into the contest. Please subscribe to the channel. I've got a whole bunch of road work coming up. I'm going to be lonely in hotel rooms around the world for large corporations. I cannot mention. Shh. They may not appreciate you. You never know. So I'm going to be doing these in the hotel rooms coming up soon. And last comment. Check out www.beingmorebelievable.com. Check it out. beingmorebelievable.com. You can sign up for a free newsletter there. It's an upcoming book project I'm going to be launching on Kickstarter. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to give a real, the layers of different kinds of ways I'm going to express my thanks for support on Kickstarter for this new project. I think you're going to really, a lot of fun stuff, a lot of creative stuff. Thank you so much for watching. And hey, wish me luck at the gig. I got to go, and I hope it goes well. I love the fact that I do not know how it's going to go. It's going to go fine no matter what, but I never know if it's going to be great, pretty good, or am I going to have moments where I screw things up and sweat like a pig?